Hey you guys, welcome to today's reading. So today I'm going to be reading on the group Katseye. I'm honestly not a fan of their music. I only know a couple of songs that they have out, like the popular ones. But I thought it'd be fun to read on an actual music group. I've never read an entire group of people, especially not a music group. So I just for one wanted to see how this would show up in readings. But I wanted to just see if there were any predictions I could make about whether or not the group stays together or if someone's thinking about going solo. I feel like they do have a couple of individuals in the group that they do push more than others. That's my opinion. And everything I'm going to talk about in this reading is alleged until proven otherwise and for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to start with an oracle deck to get us into the energy of the group. I have a couple of questions that I want to see as far as what the energy looks like, but I do want to ask, is anyone from the group going solo in the near future? And if yes, maybe we can see if Spirit will reveal who that person might be. I do not know any zodiac signs of any of the ladies in the group, so if you guys can fill in the blank, that would be great. And just see what the overall future of the group will be. Okay, so all right, so we have behind the mask. It says hidden emotions, concealing true self, afraid to show reality, no one sees the real me. And then we have deep fake, convincing lies, altered truth, virtual deception, seeing is no longer believing. We already have two cards that are already showing that behind closed doors, behind the mask, all is not what it seems. All right, then we have unbothered, unfazed, peace despite chaos, calm attitude, detachment from negativity. And last card, grinding hard, ambitions of, ambitious drive, determined effort, sleep, can wait. And then look, we have booked and busy, which they are very busy. I think they just got off of a tour. They're in hustle mode trying to make money. I feel like they're about to also embark on another tour of something where they have to travel. Is feeling like in the energy as well. Immediately from the behind the mask card, when it says no one sees the real me, I got the vision of one of the members where she made her own music video or like some type of short. Is it Manon? Is that her? But I was just getting the visual of her short that she did recently that she posted online, and it was just her alone. It wasn't her in the group. So I was getting that where it just feels like maybe she has some creative things that she wants to tap into, but because of the group, she can't fully get into it for whatever reason. I just heard contracts. So, all right, let's see what else comes up. All right, then we have friend zone, platonic trap. Okay. Energy vampires, draining connections. Energy vampires, I heard the industry. Boundary, saying no, firmly protecting peace. All right, then we have cuffing season. Okay, so allegedly, as I was channeling, it's giving me, because I heard an executive, so maybe there might be some music execs or someone that are trying to do inappropriate things or make romantic advances toward them, allegedly. If they're having to stand up for themselves and say, no, I'm not into you, I don't want you like that. And they're having to friend zone people that they work with or work for. But it just feels like sexual advances energy of someone that might be higher up. And I heard pressure, so maybe they're also being pressured to do certain things as well. All right, let's see what else. Ooh, plastic smiles. That's still that fake energy behind the mask. Forced friendliness, fake kindness, hiding resentment behind smiles. I just heard what did they promise them? What were they promised? So when they were about to sign or put the group together, I don't really know what the origins were, but it feels like they were promised something that they didn't get, or they were promised certain things. I just heard something about like the number of people in the group, like group number, something like that. All right, side piece, secret romance, hidden affairs, side hustle. Commitment issues. We have wake up call. We have payday. Yeah, this group has a lot of things happening here. I mean, and then the bottom we have big break, major opportunity. I just heard Grammys. So this feels very music executive energy. I just got a visual of Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola. So allegedly one of the girls in the groups may have some type of relationship with a person that's an executive level that maybe help funding certain things. It could be a secret affair, but be careful what you ask for. It feels like, as far as the advances go, allegedly some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. But the ones that have said yes is more like taking advantage of it. And allegedly just feels like if someone does go solo from this group, it would be because of allegedly this music executive, because there's somebody that's going to help push them to go solo, or maybe they see more potential in them to make more money off of. And then we have wake up call. I want to clarify the wake up call. Hopeless romantic. Then we have self-care, recharge, prioritizing rest. All right, big break. All right, then look, we also have sneaky link, DM slide, situational, single. That's why I said it doesn't feel like this is a singular relationship. It just feels like they all have different situations going on. I feel like this is just not one person. And I'm not saying that all of them are doing anything sneaky. It's not that. It's just that one person may be talking to someone. One person may just not want to deal with anybody in the industry. Another person is talking to someone that is an executive. One person may have tried that route, but they were burned by it. But it just feels like they all have different situations. I would estimate from the energy, I'm looking at about 2 to 3 of them that have either considered it, and if they did consider it, they went through with it and are still talking or pursuing something with one behind the scenes. And then it feels like there's also one more person that I feel like they're just not really into what they're trying to offer them. I don't know, it just feels like multiple. And I guess that's to be expected because I am reading a group, so all the energies are just kind of all over the place. So, but yeah, it just feels like they all have situations, but 2 or 3 of them allegedly have things going on or have had things going on with someone in the industry. Because how many is it of them? 7, 6 or 7? I have to go look it up. I want to look and see what's challenging them. So who's currently challenging them? Oh, look, speak up. And look what industry they're in. Love bombed, intense affection too quickly, excessive attention, overwhelming charm. Look, hidden control. Again, it's still like that music executive energy. Plastic smiles. I heard Me Too, like the Me Too movement, allegedly. Broken promises, yes. Again, didn't I ask a few minutes ago, what did they promise them? Disappointed expectations, failed commitments, lost trust, words meant nothing. And again, this is challenging them. All right, we have influencer status, social recognition, online fame, power to influence. And then I just saw TikTok. So maybe they have a huge TikTok audience as well. Feels like having to keep up with the trends so that it helps their relevancy. And then we have hidden agenda. Okay, yeah, that's why I ask again, what were they promised when they were either auditioning or the group was forming? Because whatever they were promised is very different from what they're experiencing right now. Because we have secret intention, manipulation, disguised as kindness. So again, it just feels like that music executive type of energy. Somebody could be trying or has tried to play them. I don't know if I want to say that on camera. As I was saying that, I just allegedly heard for entertainment purposes, casting couch. Ooh, let me just pull some more cards. All right, blind date, Photoshop, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, fake perfection. Yeah, everything is not what it seems, you guys. It's not. CEO energy, natural leadership, confidence in business. Again, it just executive energy, 100%. I'll say this. In the future, I'm just going to make one prediction now because I was seeing them being interviewed on television in the future. In the future, allegedly, do not be surprised if they come out with allegations or they start speaking up about what they were either promised and what they had to do to maintain their status, to maintain their jobs and their work, things that were promised to them that they did not receive, or it was something completely different than what they expected. Do not be surprised if in the future, I saw 3 to 5 years. Do not be surprised if they come out with, again, allegations, truth, abuse. I heard abuse. Something about money as well in there too. So do not be surprised if they come out because like I said, I heard the Me Too movement. Yeah, don't be surprised if they come out in the future talking about what was done to them during their time as a group. I just feel like it might be 1 or 2 people. It doesn't feel like it's going to be the whole group, but it's going to be 1 or 2 people that are going to speak up. But it feels like even now, they're very much uncomfortable with it because they're going through it. They're like literally in the midst of this right now. That's why it's so heavy in their energy. I'm also channeling the song by Rihanna. What's that song called? That part where she's like, what are you willing to do? That part. Yeah, I'm hearing like that play over and over again. So, and let me know down below if you guys suspect something is happening, if maybe you guys have had some suspicions about their time in the industry as you're watching this. If you did have suspicions about it, were there any signs? Like, let me know what you think down below if this resonates. Or if you guys have an idea of who this executive is or their label, let me know down in the comments because I'm not so familiar with the group, but just curious if this is something that other people are also seeing as well. Tap into if somebody is going to end up going solo, and then I'm going to pull some tarot cards. All right, so we have 4 of Cups, the Lovers, and then 6 of Swords. Allegedly, as I was saying during the Oracle cards, I don't remember which card it was, but I said, depending on who goes solo first, is somebody that allegedly may have already had some type of dealings or some type of relationship with an executive that is going to usher them into a solo career. Because as I'm looking at the 4 of Cups, it feels like somebody that's going to not accept the offer. But like I said, they all have different situations. One person may have been burnt by an executive. Another person may still be dealing with an executive or somebody of that magnitude in the industry. They took the opportunity and they left and they're going to leave. It's like red pill or blue pill. Which option are you going to choose? Somebody chose to go in a different direction. They didn't want to take on that offer. But the person that chose to be in this relationship with this person, this executive, they're going to leave the group. They're going to go solo. And that's allegedly how you're going to know who took the offer. And then we have Queen of Wands. So somebody that wants to be solo. All right, so we have 9 of Swords. The Hierophant. And then we have Strength. Okay, I have another prediction. This is somebody that even though if the person, okay, so the person I'm referring to is somebody that allegedly may take this offer. If they take the offer, it's definitely going to stress them out. They're going to be very worried about the outcome of this relationship if it does ever go public. But I'm feeling like if it does continue on, that this person may even eventually get married to this executive or have a very serious relationship that could potentially be a marriage in the future. I want to clarify the Strength card. Let me clarify the Strength though. Oop. All right, Strength. And then Queen of Wands again. Also, to add on to the message, as we clarify the Strength, we have 6 of Cups, and then we have Queen of Wands. So she's going to have to push through this marriage, right? Because of things that were done in the past. It doesn't feel like the public is going to really scrutinize her much, because it doesn't feel like this is something that's going to get like leaked to the press or that's going to make her look a certain type of way. It's going to be on her mind a lot of the things that she had to do in the past, and it probably could affect her in the future when allegedly these people start speaking out, they start speaking up. Her past, it feels like it's probably going to allegedly haunt her, or maybe how she felt about it at the time. You know, some people don't feel guilty about what they've had to do to get to where they are, but there's something here, this energy about the past, if it does come to pass, if she does get into this marriage with this person or a serious relationship, she's going to have to push through her mental blocks. But her past, it's like ruminating almost, you know, where you've gotten so far in your career, you've made it to a certain point, but you still remember how and what you did to get there, allegedly. So now I want to ask, what will be the future of the group? First Page of Wands. I was hearing the word 5. I give the group 5 years to still be around. I don't even think it's going to take that long for them as a group, as it stands. I think this group, this opportunity, because I heard opportunity, is going to come to a close. It's going to end, and it's literally meant to happen that way. They're not meant to stay in a group because they're all going to go in different directions. One or two of them may go on to become wives with families. They may even leave the industry altogether. One person may, as I mentioned, go on to new heights and go solo. Another person may do something else, maybe stay in the industry, but just do her own thing, go independent. So it doesn't feel like they're going to be a group in the next 5 years, and it just feels like they're all going to go in their own directions and do other things. And I'm not getting that all of them will stay in the industry. A couple of them will, but again, I just still see them speaking up in the future, and they're able to speak up in the future because they'll be out of the industry at that point. And that's why I said I just saw the number 5, so I'm giving them 5 years, if that. I just see somebody that's going to rise up out of that group, and they could become a pop star because of their connections and the things that they've had to do in the past, allegedly. All right, so I think I'm going to close it here, just because tapping into a group for a reading is kind of intense. The energy is very, very intense, and my cards keep falling everywhere and falling on the floor, so it's a lot of energy to deal with, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and close it out. I personally think, and I don't want to tap into it because it's between her and another girl, but I strongly suspect that it's going to be Daniela. She has that star power. She can dance. It feels like every time I'm watching her perform, she's literally into every single performance, like every single time, even like the tour clips that I saw of them. So I suspect, my personal opinion, that it's going to be her, but then I also have one more person that I think it's going to be. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If you have any guesses on who it might be, let me know. All I have for today's reading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.